After a major rally, the market sets itself for launch. Will it take off? Find out next on Invest with Jacob. Okay guys, so in yesterday's video we were looking for a bounce higher than a deeper wave 2 retrace. Now we didn't get that as the market shrugged off all the resistance levels and continued to rally higher and closed near the highs at the end of the day. Now we have set up for launch in a big wave 3 breakout. The question is, will the market take it or do we still need that wave 2 retrace? I'll get into all that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the rally today, we kind of have an impending potential 1-2-1-2 setup, which I'll show you on the charts in just a second, and that could leave the lows in the dust. So let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and today's update is going to be pretty straightforward, okay? So we've been talking about this high here off of the lows that could have been wave 1, and then they got another peak here, and I said this could also have been maybe the top of wave 1. We just needed a little more structure to figure out where we're at. Well, we've gotten some more structure, and the way it looks is that the potential structure here is set up for a breakout. So if this is wave 1 high and we count the move down on Sunday's sell-off as wave 2 because they've been unable to get back down here and break this level, okay, then this high here would be wave 1 of 3, and this low here would be wave 2 of 3. So when I say a 1-2 setup, this is what I'm talking about. You have wave 1 up and wave 2 down, so that's your 1-2, okay? And then you have wave 1 of 3 and wave 2 of 3 in place, so it's a 1-2, 1-2 setup. Okay, and these are the types of setups you want to trade in Elliott Wave because they lead to the beginnings of wave 3s, which are the most powerful waves to trade. So if that is the case, and we are in a 1-2 setup, we should expect the market to break first the minor pivot, then the major pivot. Now today, during regular trading hours, they did push up over the minor pivot, which was 43.8950, but they couldn't really break away. You can see they have candle wicks up here, but not really any bodies that closed over the 43.8950 area on the hourly, and then they pulled back into the pivot at the close. So they haven't really been able to break the minor pivot yet. And if they can do that and push up and break over the minor pivot, then we would look at the major pivot, which is the 618 to 764 of the bigger waves 1 and 2. So when I say minor pivot, okay, I'm talking about waves 1 and 2 right here, this little wave 1 and this little wave 2. The minor pivot is the 618 and 764 of those two waves. The major pivot, or the bigger pivot, is this 1 and 2's 618 and 764, the bigger 1 and the bigger 2. Okay, and that comes in at 44.2750 up to 44.69. So what we'd really like to see is for them to break through that pivot down here at 43.8950, keep driving up into this pivot at 44.2750, and then over 44.69 really tells us we've started wave 3 and we're kind of off to the races at that point. And really, once they get over the 618 here at 44.27, that kind of tells us we're in wave 3. So what we're watching for today, guys, is a breakout to the upside, and really we're looking for 44.27 to break, and if that breaks to the upside, then we should be off to the races in wave 3, targeting around the 46.03 to 45.75 area. That will be the top of the wave 3 that we're looking for. However, if they're unable to break out and this does fail to the downside, then it's more likely that this is the bigger wave 1 over here. We would just move this peak here, and you would have A, B, and then a C wave down into our support box here. So pretty straightforward today, guys. If they break out over the high here, we're looking at 44.27 over that, and it really feels like we're off to the races in wave 3 and ready to go. However, if they can't break out over this high and they do fail to the downside, then we would look for our wave 2 support to hold in the 42.42 to 41.68 area. And if the bottom of the support does break and they're able to move down through that, then it becomes much more likely that we are going to make another low down here to complete that bigger wave 4, and we were not done with that. I don't see that as the most likely scenario. In fact, it's the third alternate, but I will keep it on here until we get a good 5-wave up structure. So again, guys, real quick, looking for a breakout to the top side over 44.27 really gets the ball rolling for us. We really feel like we're in good shape at that point in wave 3. If a fail to the downside, we're looking for our wave 2 support box to hold. If that breaks, we're looking for a lower low in wave 4, down around 40.29 to 4,000. Over on the NASDAQ, very similar setup. We have our big wave 1 and big wave 2 in place, and then our little wave 1 and 2 for our 1-2-1-2 setup. The NASDAQ wasn't quite as far along as the ES, and its pivots kind of line up a little differently. So it wasn't up into this minor pivot, the 618 and 764 of waves, little waves 1 and 2, but the top of the minor pivot and the bottom of the major pivot kind of overlap here at 14.405 and 14.410. So a push over 14.410 really says we're on our way in the NASDAQ as well in wave 3, and we should be pushing higher. Again, a failure to take out this high and a move down would be a bigger indicator that we are going to get a bigger pullback in wave 2 as we would expect in a normal setup. And should the bottom of support break down here at 13.333, then it would be more likely we make a new low for the bigger wave 4 down here. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, including all of my buy and sell alerts, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. Okay, head on over there and check out our membership plans area. We have 2 amazing plans. They both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to check this out. I want you to see what it's all about, and I want you to love it before you ever pay a penny. If you don't, then you move on at no risk to you. In our first room, it's the Invest with Jacob room. That's my room. You get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. Okay, we've been doing really well in there. A lot of guys are making money hand over fist. We've got 2 longer-term plays. They're doing exceptionally well. So it's really an awesome environment, a great trading room with great people. I'd love to have you in there, but I only trade the SPY and the QQQ. So if you're looking for individual stocks as well as the indexes, you might check out PT's throne room. This is a guy who absolutely crushes the market. He's the best trader I've ever seen. He has a very unique trading style that reduces risk, and the guy puts up green day after day after day. So come check out investwithjacob.com. You can see what everybody's saying about us down below. Guys, we would love to have you over there so we can all make some money together. All right, guys, key takeaways for today. We are ready for launch if the market wants to fire. We have the setup in place. We have our 1-2-1-2 in place. If they want to take out this high and move higher, then we should expect to see the market break out in wave 3. However, if they cannot take out this high and they fail, then we should expect a bigger pullback into our wave 2 support zone and then start wave 3 from there. And the final option is if they do break the bottom of support, we would expect to see a lower low for a bigger wave 4, but I don't think that is going to be the case at this point. On the NASDAQ, very similar. We are on breakout alert over there as well. We'd like to see them push up through the major and minor pivots here to get the ball rolling for wave 3. However, if they fail, we would look for a bigger pullback into their wave 2 support at 13.686 down to 13.333. And if that support breaks, we would likely see lower lows in wave 4. All right, guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.